Hugh Guyton, along with Tracy Ward, has put together this book called The Art of a Conversation. And I know, talking to Hugh, that he believes everything is a conversation. Parenting is a conversation. Selling is a conversation. Stress is the conversation you're having in your head. Motivation is the conversation you have. Engaging your workforce is the function of a conversation. I'd like you to please give a huge welcome to Hugh Guyton.
How many of us in the room are power shoppers? You know, we get in the groove and you go from shop to shop to shop to shop to shop. Well, I just want to tell you a story about, I come from a family that aren't power shoppers. My wife and I are not power shoppers at all. In fact, we both detest shopping. So what happened to us on our holiday was really a bit bizarre. You see, here we were. We just arrived, first day. I'm still uptight. I'm an overachiever, so I'm stressed and tight. And I'm worrying about the things I've not done and the things I should be doing, and I'm stressed and tight. And it's the first day of the holiday. We arrive at the entrance. We start walking through the plaza. And the kids zoom in straight away on this beautiful water feature there. And they, you know, isn't it lovely? You're a 7 and 5. The gear just comes off and in they go. And Tracy, my wife, takes the opportunity to exit stage left and leave Dad with the kids. Now, I'm an experienced husband. I should have known this was not a good thing. But I just went with it and enjoyed watching the kids playing, and off Tracy went. 20 minutes goes by. The kids obviously start to get a little bit bored with the water jets. They start to get a little bit cold, so they come out of the water feature and they lie down on these beautiful hot paving stones. And in fact, I lie back with them and I feel the warmth of the sun coming through the stone and easing away the pressures. And then, of course, we all get bored, don't we? And Mum still hasn't come back. So we get dressed and we go hunting for Mum. And we actually find Mum not that far away at Maddie's boutique. And there is Tracy. She's been gone for over half an hour, immersed in an enjoyable shopping experience. Now, as I say, Tracy needs to be dragged, kicking and screaming by her mates to go shopping. And she's having a ball. So curious, the family decide to join in. So we walk into the shop. And would you believe it? We spend the next half an hour, 2 young kids and a husband and father in a shop while Mum, wife, carries on trying on clothes. Half an hour later, we stagger out, loaded down with bags. Well, actually, I stagger out, loaded down with bags. Tracy has had a ball. She's bought up big time. She's loved it. What I found fascinating was that we'd been in, situations where she could have gone shopping so many times. A lot of talk is done about needs and wants in selling. Did Tracy need the clothes she bought that day? Well, yes, she did. She'd actually needed them for months. She needed to upgrade her wardrobe. Her business was going from strength to strength. She was really busy. She's doing a lot of work with major banks. They're flying her around Asia. Things are going really well for her. So she needed to upgrade the wardrobe. She'd been walking past boutiques in Sydney day after day, week after week, month after month. So what was it that Maddie did? What was the experience that Maddie had created, which meant we came out with these loaded bags? And my question to you is, what would the experience be like for your customers if every one of your people had the skill that Maddie had? What would happen for your business? So let's just explore, what was it that Maddie had? Well, the first thing that Maddie had, and she was absolutely in alignment, was around her brand. You see, the shop, I don't know if you know the area there where you go to feed the pelicans, but it's a bit touristy and tacky in parts, and there's restaurants and takeaways and some, touristy sort of shops. And Maddie had created this sort of little oasis in the middle of all this. And it was inviting. It enticed you to come in. It enticed you to stay a while. It enticed you to browse. Maddie herself was really in alignment. She was wearing her beautiful clothes. Even just observing the way she was folding them, there was a sort of a respect and a tenderness and a love for the clothes. And certainly how she was talking about the clothes really got you to feel that she really loved her brand. So I ask you, what's going on for you with your brand? What are you saying and feeling and doing around your brand? What are your people feeling, saying and doing around your brand? You see, it's the little things that make a difference. A few months ago, I went down to Melbourne to run a Selling is Just a Conversation program for a new client of mine, Urban Maintenance Systems. I'd flown down the night before so that I can get in nice and early, get everything set up and be on the game, not running the risk of a late flight out of Sydney. And as I walk from the hotel, which I've organised just around the corner so I can arrive on time and don't have to wait for a taxi, I approach the reception area, and they've got a big glass front area. They're a ground floor building, and I'm looking through the windows, and it's a fairly classic sort of reception area, quite a big area, chairs for the guests, and at the back a high reception desk, and there's a young lady behind the reception desk doing some things. It's quite early. The day hasn't really started. It's about 20 to 8. The electronic doors open. I walk into their office. Without missing a beat, this young woman stopped what she was doing, walked around from this desk, met me halfway across the open space, put a hand out and said, "Good morning, you must be Hugh Guyton. Welcome to Urban Maintenance Systems." How do you think I felt about this company at that point? See, what I think's interesting is by that little difference that she made on my arrival, is I reckon they got better work out of me that day. I reckon because they instantly got me in a frame of mind that I was in a company that cared, that had values, that wanted to make sure that the little things were being looked after